Do you wanna know? 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 Go! Be careful and stay away, 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 stay away.
Well then, well damn then, people. What's going on? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Welcome to the first church of holy shit. He is I, and I am him. It's your Uncle Jeff. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Uh wow. Let me see first who up in here. Who up in here? Uh Who struck first? Who struck first? Look like YouTube subscriber struck first. What's happening, YouTube subscriber? My man Tony Mac. We're gonna be putting Tony Mac's on in here as usual. A bit of everything. Tora, Johnny, Jimmy Rucker. What's going on? Frank White, Zoe Holiday. Peace to the balls, my man. Absolutely. Urban Theater was cracking. Blue Haze, what's up? Have a little almond butter, banana with some elderberry tea as I prepare myself to push out into the water. You know, why my camera keep moving? This should be like that. So the edge ain't on. There we go. All right. All right. Let me bring it down. Just a smidgen. There we go. Now, oh shit. Bruce House in the building. Nice and early. Just got back from the weed stove. Man, it's stinking. What's up, Top Shelf? Top Shelf is stinking through the bag. It's stinking through the bag. Today's show, our strain. Bam. Jack Herrera today. We're going with some of that. The smooth out. And we're going to get cracking right here in a minute. And y'all know how it go. God, this smells good in here. I just don't understand people who do not like the smell of weed. That green, that thick green smell. I don't know what you could possibly have against that. But yeah, we're gonna be knocking the jack back and getting in here and sharing them with something that was on my mind, that has been. And y'all forgive me, I'm moving a little sluggish today because I was up till 5 in the morning on a YouTube show called This is Fight Club. Shout out to Fight Club. Man, did I enjoy myself. I hope some of them people show up today. It's basically a conversational knife fight where you got some deep thinkers mixed in with some total fucking idiots that come in and discuss varied topics, and it gets kind of heavy in there. It was fun. If you get a chance, go check out last night's show. Go check. I was on it, and was dropping some wisdom, catching some bombs. I was catching some bombs, caught some in the caught some heavy fire, but they didn't know who your uncle was till I put it on their ass. And then looks like maybe we'll have some of them people. What you say, Urban? Thanks for telling the fools the business the earlier. No fitna. Okay, I'm not gonna. Okay, I'll take that. What's up, Yogi? What's up, True? Okay, we got the cats up in here, man. Now, as we always do before we take off, We talk about what we are here and who we are as the OGs up in here. Okay, gave me this edible at the place that I'm gonna throw that shit out. Y'all know I don't mess with no edibles. I ain't got no off button, in the words of the great poet laureate Snoop Dogg. So I don't really fuck with him. Were you in that? Were you in there, Urban Theater? Were you in the spot last night? Is that what you're discussing? I'm not quite sure what you're getting at, but you're welcome. Yeah. So let me get funky with our mission statement. Oh, you were in there? Yeah. Okay, Urban Theater. Yeah. Let me get funky with the mission statement. For those of you, you know, my master students and those who frequent us already know. Whole point is somebody fucked up and told me God was everywhere. So I pray from here, save me 10%, and never miss a game, even though I don't go. I'm working on that part. And I am so happy to have you here, having saved 10% on your soul insurance by switching to Don't Go and coming in here today with me, where we're going to talk about the Creator from a real deal, whole life, cussing and weed, no bullshit standpoint. And I'm going to open the doors of the church about a little over an hour or so, let you come in, speak your mind after I get through with my brain droppings in here. And that truly is how we roll around here at the First Church. No pretension, no bullshit, no airplane gas, no gators. We ain't about none of that. It's the real truth in here. And eventually, there will be an official First Church. I got my deacons already. I got my people. We're going to do that. GB Funny Style is the Cash App if you want to throw a nigga a piece of change for doing something strange. All the beats you heard on the way in here are mine. Need some music? Get you some music. Go to Jeff Breeze Music at Gmail. And if you want my advice for free, watch my old videos. If you want some direct attention on your life that makes direct change, life coaching, ask Uncle Jeff at Gmail. I get in there with my nephews and nieces, who I love to pieces. So, without further ado, if you got it, not only are we 420 friendly here, we are goddamn near 420 mandatory. Okay, you're gonna come in here. You're gonna have to blow the stank on you proper. You got to blow it proper up in here. Get your weed. Get your smoke. Let me know what you're smoking in the comments. I would prefer you didn't drink. But if you do so, do so. And come in here and get some of this love spread around up in here. Get some of this wisdom. Get some of these thoughts. Share some of these thoughts. That's what we're going to do. But we do that in this order. First we pray. Then we smoke. Then, in the words of Michael Jackson and Diana Ross and the Wiz, we ease on down the road. Have your shit ready. All right? Bow your heathen ass heads. Here we go. Father, Mother, God, Creator, to the God whose name I know not. I don't know your name, because in order to believe your name is a particular name, I have to believe a man. I don't have to believe a man to know that you exist, and I thank you. I thank you for my time with these people. I thank you that these people want to share their time with me and hear something my little ignorant ass got to say. Speaking of me, keep me out the way, Creator. Keep the ego of me out of this so that nothing you have for them gets clogged in it. Nothing you have for them gets caught behind some shit I feel like I need to say. Open our minds and our hearts. Oh, ancestors, pour upon us your wisdom, your love, your knowledge, your guidance. Lead my words in the right direction. Somebody here needs some of this shit you be sending me. And speaking of sending me, send me a troll. I'm 7-0. I'm itching for one, because there is no troll that does not bring a lesson with them. Let that lesson serve these people. Let me serve my people. I mean that for real. We in a tough time. And for whatever reason, you be dropping this shit on me that's too heavy for me to keep. Let me not run from my fuck ups when they come up in my head. Because these people need to hear some of the shit and how drastically I have told all my shit out the frame at one point or another that can help them. Keep our minds sharp. Make sure we can give this to other people. Don't let it end here. Somebody that's not here needs this. Make them get it through my people, through your people, through our people. I ask these blessings in the name of my ancestors and in the name of a creator whose name I know not. And with that, I say, can I get a nigga amen? And now we smoke. Ooh, that's nice. Do that again. I put that on the end. Some of you may notice my face fat. It is because I am dehydrated. I have not been drinking water the way that I should. And I'm working real hard. Shout out to the other level, the cats who I just finished the tracks. Got them in for their album so we can get that cracking. Yeah. Let me see what we're saying in here. Indeed, thank you for my Don't Go insurance. I was able to vacuum to them beats today, and now I got my feet up for church. My man, Jimmy, my man, with the nigga amens I got. There you go. Yeah, you go. Enjoy that smoke, Frank. All right. Now, we're going to go on and get into today's sermon. The lofty price judgment. First, let's define judgment. Judgment, the process of forming an opinion or evaluation by discerning and comparing. Forming an opinion can be one of the most slippery, oftentimes harrowing, oftentimes complicated things that we can do. Okay, some opinions easy to form, very easy. Shit stank. Yeah, well, I think we can all raise our hands on that one. Shit stank. That's that's not a stretch, is it? Okay. Well, it's not the easy ones that trick you up. It's the two base areas we form opinions in as human beings. Good for me, bad for me. Good for me because it feels good for me. Good for me because it does good for me. Good for me because it looks good for me. Good because it tastes good to me. Bad for me. For those same reasons. Those are the two categories we tend to put stuff when we judge it. This is the basic. The devil get into details. Because oftentimes, good for me and bad for me, them judgments are supposed to go across the hall from each other. Because what was good for you then might be bad for you later. What's good for somebody else often looks like that's the place you're gonna put your bet, you're gonna hedge your bets. It look good for him. That nigga got a new Escalade. Yeah. That nigga got a new Rollie. Give me one. That nigga girl look like that. Give me a girl look like that. When your opinion is formed without, look at this, watch this. The process of forming an opinion or evaluation by discerning and comparing. Discerning and comparing imply the following. That your discernment, your ability to see and pick what is good or not, your ability to look at some shit and go, that's some bullshit, is supposed to, and if you're open and listening, does come with time. That come with time. The problem is when you try to use your discernment as a tool and it is not refined enough yet. You ain't got it, it ain't as sharp as it need to be. So you can get caught with, ooh, she sure is fine. What you say your name is? Yeah, my name Mike. Yeah, let's do this, let's do that in this strange city I ain't been in before. Oh yeah. Oh shit. These two niggas finna rob us. All of a sudden, cousin Annis, they got the gauge out. Tell you a little story. Shout out to Indianapolis. I was doing many moons ago. I was doing a club called Morty's Comedy Club. Dope comedy club in Indianapolis. Good people. Dug them. I'm doing this show. And, you know, look, all black folks come to town see me. But that ain't, no, don't let me lie. We're a mixed audience. Everybody out. After the show, oh, no, let me back up. Before the show, I was out in the lobby, which actually is no. And when I tell you, just like I like them, chocolate, short, and fine. Fine. I mean, not hard to look at all. Was this sister who was looking at me and kind of throwing her energy my way and making it known she was checking me out. Now, I know I'm fairly good looking, bloat and all. I take a couple points off till I drink some more and start working out. But anyway, she's looking around like, oh shit. Because as comedians, we nasty bastards. Comedian, nigga, I'm a comedian. Male comedians? Oh, we're whores. Oh boy. Just about all of us are whores. Male comedians are whores. So I'm saying, okay, look, that one look good. I think I'm going to go that way with it. Shit. I'm going to kick my Mac Daddy vibe to her. Why not? It's something I've been doing for years. Getting cooter out the club. This one right here. Woo-woo. Like somebody drew her for me. That fine. Dressed the way I like them. Little toes done. I like neat feet. I like neat, pretty feet. Ladies, if you don't have pretty feet, here's how you know you don't have pretty feet, ladies. Ain't no niggas told you got pretty feet. If ain't nobody told you got pretty feet, you don't have them. Real talk. And love you back, Kels. You tell you something, Kels. You start being honest with these girls about their feet. You got ugly feet, keep that shit in the boot. Don't nobody want to see that. Anyway, show goes good. A real good show. Come out. And I mean, this girl is throwing the vibe at me heavy. But I'm from Chicago. Something ain't right. And then I see this hoopty go past the club. And as it's coming, I'm talking to her, but I angle so that it looks like I'm away from her. So I can catch her peripheral looking up, and I can catch the peripheral of the car, and I see her make eye contact with these two fucking goons in the car. I'm like, okay, I see this. Y'all trying to get paid. I said, okay. I've been coming to Indianapolis for years. So I had good friends there. Doing radio. Always do radio in Indianapolis. Shout out to Bob and Tom. I do radio. So I went in the back. I said, hey, mama, sit still. I'll be right back. I got to go talk to the manager. So, Copper Aura, I go into the manager's office. I don't let the club know because these is white folks. They don't, you know, I don't know they handle this street shit. So I get on cell phone. I call a friend of mine who is a sergeant in the Indianapolis Police Department. I'm like, yo, doc, because I've been coming there. One night I did a show and there was like 15 cops there for somebody's birthday. So I knew cops there. I knew a lot of people in Indianapolis. I said, man, I got a problem. I think somebody casing me for a robbery. I think they're gonna try to get me. So he said, you still at the club? Yeah. Don't trip. Sit tight. Stay inside. So I'm in here. I come back out. I mean, we just talking. It's cool. Then this big old, like a mall parking lot. In about 10 minutes, 5 cars pull up. I told them what the car looked like. The cars block off the 4 ways out of this shopping mall. My dude pull up. I go, yeah. That car right there. That's it. He said, yeah, okay. He hit dude. This chick here looked like she saw a fucking ghost. I gotta go to the bathroom. I said, all right. She go to the bathroom. I said, dude, I think she working with them. He like, bruh, don't even trip. I got it. The cops that go over to the car that these brothers is in, there's a 38 and a sawed-off in there. One of them a felon. As they getting clinked up, old girl is taking the longest shit in human history. She's in there for fucking ever. When she finally come out, they run her shit. She got a warrant. It was only my forming an opinion. Here's the opinion I formed. In my opinion, this girl is on something. This don't smell right. I done been in this position over 250 times. This I know when it's some bullshit. That's the opinion I formed. Evaluation. Here come a car, look like a haughty. Something said, watch them both. So I lean and put myself where I need to do that in order to discern as to whether these people are working together. Turns out they are. That judgment came from the ability to Nazarene X take my previous experiences, most of them from wisdom. Intelligence is what you get firsthand. Wisdom is what you get secondhand. All wisdom is secondhand. Ooh, that's pimp shit. There's no going out on payday. Payday night, when you stand-up comedian, I don't go out. I don't drink. I don't drink anyway, but I don't want to hang out. I do not hang out on payday night. I don't hang out with people at the club. I don't hang out with other comedians. I don't hang out. Well, no, I might hang out with the comics, niggas I know. If they're smart enough for us to just hang out with us, I might hang out like that. I take the money, go, and when I pack, I put a couple hundred in my wallet, and I take the rest and spread it around, so that if I get robbed, you ain't gonna get it all. These are things that you learn over time that I use to discern. Beware of the fish that jumps in the boat, people, fellas, ladies. Beware of the fish that jumps in the boat. My boat is, I'm finna get some tonight. This fish right here jumped in the boat. You don't just get there without, over time, compiling facts, experiences that equal your intelligence and wisdom. This is why your 2-year-old don't have no discernment, because he or she has had absolutely no time other than that powerful cosmic shit they're on as babies. They're plugged into the supernatural. They're bathed in it. They're coming into the natural. There's much to learn about the natural from the supernatural. They're coming from the supernatural. So they ain't had enough natural on them. That's why they'll stick a fork in a light socket. I did that. Knocked me out when I was 2. That's why little kids get up every morning, Renaissance Ratchet, and if you have a child, understand, your child, and thank you, sis, thank you. If you have a child, your toddler wakes up every day going, let's see how I'm gonna kill myself. And they do that from a topic-driven place. Today, theme-driven. Little kids try to kill themselves in themes. Okay, let's see. Today is gonna be gravity. I'm gonna climb up on some shit. You're gonna save me from falling down some steps. Tomorrow, electricity. The next day, water. They wake up looking to fuck themselves up in themes. And it's up to you to get out in front of that and explain to them the natural. I'll tell you why this is all facts, Nazarene X. I'll tell you why. Because I prayed and asked the Creator to open me. You're teaching them the natural. They don't know it. Some of it fucked you up. The natural has fucked you up so much that you mock the supernatural. But they're bathed in that natural, in that supernatural. So it is you that help them build their discernment. Sugar Mac 10 say trial and error. Yeah, bruh. Bruh. As I've played a video before of Brother Will Smith. Fail often. Fail forward. And there's another one. I'm on high. This is some good shit. The point is, the I'm gonna get to that, Bruce. Wow. Brother Eddie, the point is, the embracing of failure is the building of discernment. You'll build the shit out of your discernment when you embrace failure. When you embrace failure, especially what nearly got me killed with my mouth. That young taste of natural ain't no joke. That young taste of natural ain't no joke. I like that, brother. Yeah. That's your job, to help them fill that pot of discernment so that they can make proper judgment. There is nothing wrong with judgment. We're going to get to its lofty price in just a minute. Judgment, a formal utterance of an authoritative opinion. Now, this one here, yeah. I always eat my bananas with a knife. That's how straight I am. I can't just peel it down and it's and then put it in my mouth after I can't do that. I can't. This one here is expensive. A formal utterance of an authoritative opinion is a judgment. A lot of times people don't want to accept judgment from you. You ever heard this? Who the fuck is you? You ain't nobody. A formal utterance of an authoritative opinion. Who the fuck is you? You ain't nobody. Translation. Excuse me. Your rebuttal or your editorial of my work. As a matter of fact, your unsubstantiated, unqualified, unasked for evaluation of my work is only trumped by your incredible lack of knowledge, leading to the hubris that made you open your face. That's who the fuck is you. You ain't nobody. Which is what, I just speak both languages. That's what she means. You don't know me. Oh my God, that is the black underachiever's first weapon. You don't know me. Okay, yeah, let's go there. Let's go down that road. Boy, this is some good shit. I'm going where I'm going. Wait a minute. I just looked in these comments. Okay. Look here. And when you have more than one kid, they try to outdo each other, trying to take themselves and each other. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's back. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, especially with music, you're gonna see me doing some dope shit with this dude, but I'm gonna cuss his ass out first because I haven't heard from him. I'm hoping you have wonderful excuse for that, sir, because we have a world to conquer. Diverse. I hope you stick around and stay in. Where was I? Oh yeah. You don't know me. Underachieving black folks' first weapon. You don't know me. Well, this is gonna be worth the type. This is something that came to me one day. I was working on a puzzle with my two oldest boys. And it was a lighthouse. And we was doing it. And having fun, just playing, doing the thing. And we got it about 70% together. And I said to myself, I wonder if I should have got them the windmill puzzle, because it was right there, windmill or lighthouse. And something just said, get the lighthouse. And I think it triggered in my mind because back in high school, in shop class, I made this lighthouse. It was dope. Anyway, I was doing this puzzle with my kids, and it came to me. I'm like, man, I should have got the windmill. And I said, windmill, lighthouse, same thing. And bust a memory bubble in my head. And I couldn't, it just hit me hard what this was that I was dealing with. And from that point forward, I was never at a loss for maybe not always the right time, but exactly how to make quick judgments. And we need to have this, especially as as leaders. You're gonna have to have it. There's no way around having the ability to make snap judgment. You're gonna have to. And dealing with those two puzzles in my head, I came here If I'm putting together a 1,000-piece puzzle and the first 700 pieces make it a lighthouse, the other 300 ain't gonna make it a windmill. It's a fucking lighthouse. The point? Because of my discernment, it makes my opinion authoritative, which makes my judgments valuable. The problem is the enforcement of those judgments, the communication of those judgments. When I communicate these judgments to others, I got to deal with, who the fuck is you? You ain't nobody. You're going to have to deal with that. 9 o'clock, I got to go to bed at 9. Oh, my kids just make that noise. Oh, yeah. From my judgment. This is an authoritative opinion. And you're not going to like my authoritative opinion. If I do it right, Daddy's supposed to be the house asshole. Daddy's in charge of bad news and the word no. It's going to be a bunch of shit I'm going to say you ain't going to like. You got to be able to make them kind of judgments. Eyeball itching. You have to make those type of judgments as a leader, and fast. There's nothing wrong with that. And you're going to catch it. A formal utterance of an authoritative opinion is a judgment. You ain't always in the right space to make your judgment, regardless to how accurate it might be. Here's the pimpest move in the world. The absolute flyest way to move with good judgment as an underling. To move with judgment as an underling. When you hear some shit in the boardroom, in the gang meeting, which all a board meeting is a gang meeting in suits. Damn, that's funky. Yeah, I might just leave my man up here for the show. I think I might do that. All a board meeting is a gang meeting in suits. They just in a different gang because they doing some of the same shit y'all doing on every level. No, on much higher levels, actually. But anyway, a formal utterance of an authoritative opinion from the wrong mouth will have you cleaning out your fucking desk. When you know they about to fuck up, but it's not your place to say, it is now your place to play. When you play this game, I see this fuck up coming. So I'm going to position myself in the absolute perfect spot to take advantage of this fuck up. And the advantage is whatever I want it to be. Is the advantage of promotion? Is the advantage buying some shit super cheap? Is the advantage something I need to keep on the low because I'm planning some other shit for later? Is the advantage to curry favor with others? What is the advantage that I'm after here in my game plan? Because I'm not finna tell these motherfuckers just so they can be jealous of me. I'm not finna say some shit that's gonna make them decide to start hating on me. I'm not gonna say that shit out loud. I'm not gonna say, don't give that project to Gloria because Gloria's a fucking idiot. But I know Gloria's an idiot. Gloria's a fucking idiot. Jesus Christ. Gloria's a fucking idiot. I'm not gonna say that here. But I know exactly how she gonna fuck up. I know exactly how she's gonna bring this shit to calamity. I am without question on what the fuck she is gonna do that's gonna tear all the ass out of this shit. I know exactly because Gloria is lazy. She gonna turn this shit in late. That's gonna cause warehousing to be late, and they gonna have to put that shit somewhere in the back. They ain't gonna have nowhere to put it. They don't know exactly how to count it. They're gonna have to sell it, and when they sell it, they're gonna have to sell it for pennies on the dollar. And that's when I'm gonna buy my girl that thing. I'm gonna get it. That's when I'm gonna get my kids that blah blah blah. That's when I'm gonna get that thing for the rest of my personal gain, for my business that I'm about to do. That's how that formal utterance of an authoritative opinion helps you when you're an underling, because the formal utterance is not to others. The formal utterance is you to you. Let's see what you niggas is talking about in here. Wow. Okay, y'all been talking some shit in here. Sugar Max says parents are the safeguard to life lessons for children. Oh shit. Dinner will be served at the service. Fried fish, whiting, string beans, potatoes, and iced tea. I know that tastes good, and I can't have none of that. I've had string beans. The world is very different from the one we grew up in. You got mediocre players in the NBA, Austin Rivers, popping off about what they NIL deal would have looked like if they could get paid like Bronny. Yeah, exactly. It's very entitled people. I have no fucking idea what I'm talking about because I don't watch basketball, but I get your point. We don't know you because you ain't nobody. Absolutely, that is it. Wow. Okay, that's a bar. We need to fuck with that right there, Diverse. We need to please start writing something. What up, Kenneth Berry? Like the ex-Marine that murdered our brother Jordan Neely on the train. A nobody who wanted to kill somebody black. Absolutely. Prayers out to the family of Jordan Neely. Classic example of you can't see the forest when standing in front of a tree. Overstanding always gives you the higher ground. Yes, sir. I have no idea what that means, and I'll let people soak it in. It's apparently way over my head. Let's see, what do we got? Oh, hey, Brother Rothstein, I like that you was on Fight Club last night. Yeah, man, I'm trying to get my footprint out. And you know, if I'm sitting here Peace to the balls, people. Peace to the balls. Thank you. One man's ceiling is another man's floor. Yeah. One man's fuck up is another man's come up. One man's ceiling is another man's floor. Also, as in, I can't see myself doing what you doing. And you just got through busting your ass to get there and grinning. But I ain't finna do that shit. I was doing that shit 3 years ago. My man Yogi says, I'm buying a house after the market crashes soon. Me too, Yogi. I can't wait. I always say the best place to be is standing with a nickel when you can buy the world for $1. Man, I can't wait. Rub my little nickels together, bro. What up, Zero in the house? Yeah, we got to talk, Doc. Wow. Now, let me get back to where were we? Yes. Now, there's a huge difference between judgment and condemnation. Condemnation is on some other shit. This is the shit that, again, same said, zombies. I don't call ignorant black people nigga anymore, because nigga means God, ruler, or exalted one. I call them zombies. And because they have allowed their thoughts and ideas to decay, they are walking around with necrotic ideas and deeds. They are indeed the walking dead. So I call them zombies. The zombies believe that judgment and condemnation are the same. Judge not, lest ye be judged, is the one they always like to bust out. More on debunking that bullshit in a minute. Only God can judge me is usually said by the motherfuckers who least deserve the wrath of God's judgment. You usually saying that right while you in the middle of some bullshit. Only God can judge me. I wish God would just bust the sky open one time and go, okay, you ready? For all that dumb shit you've been doing, you ready? Do you really mean that? Because these are generally the worst people in the world. Think about the niggas that bust that shit out on you. Well, actually, the zombies that bust that out on you. Think about them. They're usually the worst, just horrible people doing horrible shit. And then when you make a formal utterance of an authoritative opinion, Bobby, I known you since you was 5 years old. You used to pee on my foot when we laid in the bed together. We've been cousins for 40 years. It is my authoritative opinion that you are not trustworthy with this $500 that you asking for. You know, it's my authoritative opinion. You know where I get that authoritative opinion? From the University of you, Bobby. I went to Bobby University, nigga. Yes, I went to Bobby University, where I learned not to lend Bobby money. You trying to judge me from the past? Only God can judge me. No. Bobby, do you really want God to bust the sky open and judge you right now? For just the shit I know you did? Nigga, you don't want God to judge you on the shit we did. Knock it off, Bobby. You can't have the $500. That's how judgment is used. That's different entirely than to condemn Bobby, make him guilty, and sentence him to the punishment of open ridicule. Nigga, you ain't shit in front of everybody. It's different than to punish Bobby by going around and telling his business to everybody about this money. That's condemnation. Convincing people not to fuck with Bobby by dry snitching. That's punishment. Because you have deemed him guilty in your court, and that becomes his punishment. That's not for you to do. Because your fate may be to be condemned. Not judged, but judged unfairly. And then condemned because you put that shit on the karma wheel and it's on its way back around. Judgment is heavy, y'all. It's not a thing to be played with. And you're going to need it where we going. You're going to need it where we're going. But the price is high. To get good judgment, it's going to require some tears, some disappointment, some loss. Okay? When you graduate, if you were ever there, if you ever done any sampling, you ever done any sampling? It's going to cost you some pain. Remember them? There it is. Thought merry-go-round, because this shit's great. Hitch. How many of y'all remember Hitch? The Will Smith movie where Will Smith is outside in the rain He's the marriage guru. I mean the relationship dude that puts people together. He outside in the rain in front of the library, and the girl he digging is in the car kissing some dude. That's a lofty price to pay to get that level of judgment. You ever had your car repossessed? Whatever you did to have that happen. Hell, you ever had your car towed? Whatever you did to have that happen, you don't want to do that no more, huh? And so that is the judgment that you use when you decide to pay more attention to the meter, to not just park in somebody's spot. You don't have that judgment a lot of times when you're young. The only thing to give your conscience a compass is your judgment. Judgment is your consciousness. Yes, judgment is the compass of your consciousness. It's a big compass made of supernatural and natural mixed together to find true north. That's all it is. And the people that give you shit about it, their judgment is scrambled like a mug. That's why you're getting it. That's why it became so important to you to have. That's why it became so urgent for you to get your hands on. Because at some point you reached a certain age and went, nigga, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. We're gonna get some goddamn judgment together. Now, doors of the church is open. You Negroes can come on in. Make yourselves at home. We can talk about it. The lofty price of judgment. This last hour, we gonna kick. Just talking that real shit about it. Oh, anything y'all want to talk about? Now, let me ease back off of anything. Try to keep it related to the topic. Yeah. That's my shit. Try to keep it to the topic. Sit tight, Bruce. I need to order Jeff some hemp wick. I know, right? So I can stop hitting this butane. You all right here, ear hustler? And I'm gonna be boldly truthful with you. Real truth, real talk. That's like it. I like it. I can't wait. Some nigga gonna cross me wrong wearing shorts. on the elevator. I'm bend down, put that shit right on his calf. Just real quick. Let me give you that. Let me get that right there. Right on your calf. Right on your calf muscle. Yeah. Watch that nigga jump and rub. Yeah. I must do better, but I just like it. I like the light. I can't lie. Now, man, we about to get off into opening the room up, and there he is, the young Jedi warrior class Jedi there, Master Bruce. What's happening, brother? What's on your mind?
What's going on, man? What's going on with the family?
Everybody's good over here, brother. How you been?
It's been moving. It's been moving. Trying to get everything together.
Okay.
But yeah, this topic of judgment, you know.
Yes,
that's just delicious. It's just delicious. Because everybody want to act like they're not judging people, but a girl will tell you, 10 times in one day because of stupid reasons. But if you go to Walmart and call that fat bitch on the scooter a fat bitch, you wrong.
Okay. Okay.
Everybody want to act like they not doing the thing they doing when it pertains to them in a negative way. It's a weird thing. Like, now you can't do that because you got pliers. Like, I had to tell somebody that one time. Nigga, you got pliers. We don't do that with you. He just looked at us.
You gotta take. I gotta take you back. I don't care what kind of trouble it gets me in. I don't care how much shit I get from feminist movements. I am going to. One, I think I'm gonna write a poem or a song, and definitely gonna do some artwork entitled "Fat Bitch on a Scooter." I think that paints a brilliant picture there, Jedi Bruce, of just something you would see in a museum. This fat bitch on a scooter. I'm gonna go into some dope poetry about the fat bitch on the scooter.
And then they got the nerve to where you be in certain circles, some insane people be like, "She's beautiful." Yeah, that wasn't what I said. I said she was fat. I didn't say she was ugly. Fat and ugly is two different things. I said she was fat, and maybe she could have skipped a trip to the store this time. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
She don't have to be here when I'm here. Like she's clearly not in need of sustenance. Like
right.
That's what's going on here.
Well,
but
yeah, go ahead.
Oh, but then when it gets deeper, it's the personal things. It'd be like you said, I got some dudes that once judgment is cast on them, they get to shirking and trying to find other people that don't know them, so they can do the fuck shit they want to do around me, but they can't do it. We gonna have to do it somewhere, because I'm not gonna stop doing it.
Right.
So now I gotta get away from this person that done figured me the fuck out, so I can go do it somewhere else. Yes, I got to move around, and that's what a lot of people end up doing.
Now, with the you shared something with us, wasn't that a couple weeks ago, about dealing with people on the gig.
Mm-hmm.
Can you either update us on how you doing, or go back and look at something for me where your judgment and discernment help you to make the right decision?
So the dude that was at the job, that wants me to be his friend. So I had a prior job before that where I was at for a couple of years. There was this one cat that me and him was just oil and vinegar for years. Mm-hmm. And he was a Mexican cat that wanted to be white, so everybody called him Coconut or or some shit like that. Like they would fuck with him. All the people that talked to him at work, they would fuck with him. And one year, right after the Rona, or the year I came back after the Rona happened, we and him talking. I'm like, "What's up with you?" He was like, "Oh, I just didn't like your attitude. You thought you was the shit." And I'm like, "Okay." But I mean, anybody has yet to prove that I'm not. So, I mean, I don't see what the problem with that would be. You don't walk around your house like you the shit? Like, yeah. He was like, "That's my house, though." I'm like, "Yeah, well, I walk around the earth like it's my house." And he just, "Oh, okay." And we was cool, but for years we would just have friction. So when I got to this new job, when I seen a cat that just didn't like me, not to like me, I understood immediately. You got some perception that you casting on me that has nothing to do with me, and that's your own personal problem. So when we got into it, it was already dealing with somebody like that just made it easier. And now I just keep notes when they mess up, and isolate myself. So I don't speak to nobody even more than so now. But when he speak, he try to be nice, and I'm like, I understand a spider web when I see one. Like right. Before I get into it, I get it. Like, you're trying to be nice to talk to me about something, but you don't even know what subjects to pick to talk to me. It's like if I'm a car dude, but all you talk about is video games in your circles, we will never have a conversation then.
Right. Absolutely.
We not into the same things. You know what I'm saying? Y'all real big, heavy into sports. I'm not heavy in the niggas that don't give a fuck about me and what I got going on. I don't care.
Yeah. Bro, okay, stop. You have just, you just turned a light bulb on in my head. That is another reason, I guess, why I'm not into sports, because I'm aware that these dudes don't give a fuck about me. I'm dealing with this is what trips me out about sports fans that go, we need a quarterback. We scored a touchdown. We beat y'all. Do you understand, in relationship to the team, what part of the we you are in that equation? You're the part that goes to jail if you get too close to the team bus. That's you in the we of whatever team it is. And because I know you don't give a fuck, because I know you don't care, it's hard for me to invest myself into the particular outcome of these people. I mean, I'm happy for them, but to invest myself? Now, I guess I can stretch that. I can't stretch that over boxing and MMA because those are singular sports.
Now, watch this. Boxing and MMA are literally racial grudge matches. That's all they end up boiling down to. Is you're trying to prove that your species is the dominant, physical, and most intelligent of the two. When any race is fighting another race, look at the stadium and look at who's cheering for who out loud. That's it. Once I seen that enough times, I went, oh, okay. So if it's a nigga and the Mexicans, when you walking around, whether they like the Mexican or not, the Mexicans don't like the niggas that night. Don't matter. When they lose, they don't like niggas that night. When they win,
right,
it's Mexican flags and shit everywhere. Because it's Mexico. It's local gladiator games. It's a local Olympic gladiator. It's weird as shit, but Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis, when it's not, it's the same. When Fury fought Wilder, same shit. Like it's continuous. It's consistently trying to knock the nigga down.
Okay, hold on a minute. Sexual Beef says, hey, I am Mexican. Now I gotta ask you, Sexual Beef, if you can come on, if you take issue with that, tell me where you feel he's wrong, or type it here.
Well, I don't think he feels like I'm wrong. He just said a statement. He just said I'm Mexican. He just said in my house we was like, we think he gonna get knocked out, but secretly we really out loud we say secretly we think he gonna get knocked out, but out loud we going Garcia. Like he didn't say that's not what they were doing. What he said was, "I'm Mexican." Okay, that's
right. Well,
you know, that's cool.
For me, and I'm gonna say this real fast, and then you go and finish your thought. I called that fight to the round 2 days before the fight. That I knew all Tank had to do was keep dude's rhythm off with his jab, because he got an arm that's like a fucking giraffe leg. If you can keep keep his lanky ass off his jab and take what he gonna give you on the inside, which purely from body size stature, I don't think on the inside he could be as dangerous as he is catching you with a right hook from the outside or a cross from the outside, because he's so damn lanky. But up tight, he's strong, but he ain't doing shit with Tank. He can Tank's ring IQ, his experience, he polished. The other dude is nice to watch. I said, bro, Tank is poetry. That brother, I love watching that brother fight. Shout out to Tank. Well, go ahead, man.
That's cool. I just think that when you watch it and you in them different circles where it's a bunch of different nationalities present,
yeah,
when it boils down to everybody voting for theirs out loud. Even if they, like I said, even if you believe he ain't gonna win, you want him to win. And the more popular the fighter, that more out loud the bullshit becomes. And that's why it's like, oh, okay, well, I see the distraction. So if it's just a distraction, like if Israel Adesanya loses, right, when he lost, it's like, yay. But I mean, who gives a shit? Like, everybody has to lose. You didn't watch the fight enough, you know everybody has to lose at some point.
Right.
You stay around long enough, you'll lose. That's just what it is.
Right.
78-1. Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to happen. It's just a matter of time.
Right.
So I don't understand that's so special about this one fighter, blah, 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 but it doesn't matter. What ends up mattering is we got a black man that ain't getting his ass whooped, that's up here holding the belt. Don't nobody watch that shit. Don't nobody even know. I mean, can you name who had the belt between Lennox Lewis and when Deontay got it? Like,
right.
I mean, we don't care. We don't even care if it ain't a black guy, because it's not a bad enough villain.
Now let's go back, and I like this detour we've taken here. Let's go back. When you say who had a belt between them, and in all respect, the MMA came along and created. MMA created a blind spot for a while for boxing. Nobody gave a shit about it because MMA, this is the first time we've seen whole scale legal a dude be able to get jump knee to the face. So the allure to that for a few years, combined with the corruption and that other bullshit in boxing, were responsible for the dip.
Well, there's also the amount of boring white fighters. Nobody wants to see a Caucasian that can't knock nobody out for too damn long. They'll be happy he got the belt. They'll pay him more. His crowds won't be as visceral, and he'll still make more money than any nigga that knocks everybody out. But the only excitement is niggas that knock everybody out, and the only reason that is because the Fantastic Four is cool, but they ain't shit if Dr. Doom ain't present.
Right. Point taken, brother. Point taken, young Jedi.
I'm not saying they not good boxers. I'm not saying none of that. I'm saying the outliers are what they are. and are who they are. So like I can get into it, like with my argument about Tyson. I don't care what race you are. If you know anything about Tyson, you're usually a fan, and I'll go, all I have to do is step in a room and go, he's great. He's just not one of the greatest. And then everybody gets upset, and then
you just duck out and watch the flames.
No, I'm a man. I stand on my, we gonna sword fight it to death, and I usually win. Like I've not been defeated with my Tyson is great, but he's not none of the greatest. And nobody ever has anything to say after they disagree with me. Their points don't matter after my rebuttal.
Now, here is why. Here's why I got to push back on that a little bit myself. There, young Jedi, you might have to. And again, I'm open to learn, but and this is where both you and Mike might agree with one another. That sounds like something he would say, that I was a great fighter, but I'm not amongst the greatest. For me, it's a little hard to ignore him as one of the greatest when he, till this date, holds the record for being the youngest heavyweight ever. It's rough to ignore the combination of brutal power at that speed with that efficiency. Brutal power, but precise at that. You had seen it that precise before. Both Sugar Rays. You seen it that precise. You seen it that on the money before. But you had never seen it that brutal. If you look at Sugar Ray Vice Mike Tyson, and I mean Robinson. Sugar Ray, his brutality was more over there with Tommy Hearns, who was another one that would beat you to death. But Mike Tyson was just brutal, and in my opinion, and I'll say this and let you hit it back. We have no idea how well Mike's career could have went if he A, had not went to jail, B, had not got rid of Kevin Rooney, and C, had not abandoned his jab. Mike abandoned his jab. And you look at him in the later fights after Kevin Rooney left, his jab was gone. If he had kept those three things, I don't know, bruh, I would have liked to have seen when his shit came to a halt. And so that's on those things alone, and one of them being a fact, the other ones being opinion, is why I push back on him not being amongst the greatest. What do you say?
Okay, so one of those is the jab. When he lost his jab, you just went. Your technique suffers. Your whole getting in suffers. So all you have to do at that point is have a strong enough chin, and you're okay. And that's what we ended up seeing. No jab equals lack of technique equals then all you have to do is have a strong enough chin. It's not like Mike Tyson was ever unhittable.
Right.
You could always hit him. It was just how often he got to hit you versus how often you got to dictate the pace versus how often he got to dictate the pace. That was it.
Right. Right.
That's and then once you left the jab, you don't dictate shit no more.
And the head movement, worked off his jab.
Would work off his jab.
And because he would look stupid moving his head like that without the jab. So he let his head move. He stopped moving his head.
Yeah.
And so I'm. But again.
So you get that, right?
Yeah.
Then the other thing is, one of the things that makes you a greatest is you whooped on everybody else that was great. Karl Malone is a great power forward. Very great. He just kept running into the greatest. That was his problem. He had a problem. He couldn't get past this. He couldn't get past the greatest. So you're a great. You're definitely a great, because you got to be next. You got to compete as many times as you did against that man. But when it came down to the get down, that man was the greatest. That accumulation of team was the greatest. So yeah, you know.
Okay, wait. Are you this will show you my ignorance. Are you talking about Olajuwon or Shaq?
I'm talking about Karl Malone.
Yeah, no, yes, I know, but against who? You were saying
Jordan.
Against Jordan.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, because you said power forward.
Ain't that what Karl Malone was?
Yes, but Jordan's a guard. Yeah. I thought there was another power forward.
No.
But I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
Mike Tyson.
That's how much I don't know. Okay.
So when I'm in a room full of people when we do Mike Tyson, I'll say the jab, and then I'll say, name 5 people he whooped on.
Oh.
And then most times people name 5 people that he, you know what I mean? And then if they can, okay, now wait, name 5 great people he whooped on.
That were great. And then, great fighters?
Yeah.
Trevor Burbick.
Okay, 1.
Who's
Frazier?
No.
I didn't think so.
Frazier
okay,
Frazier was out of his mind with fear. He was scared as hell. Go back and watch that show. He was so glad that.
No, I've seen it. I've seen it, but nobody ever names 5. 5 is if you're greatest, you whooped on. Basically, our argument is this: any greatest whooped on other greats to be the greatest. He didn't whoop nobody. Anybody he had to beat at that in his time period. Because I don't jump decade. I don't do that. I don't compare decades to different decades. I don't do that.
Right.
I'll just go, who are the greatest fighters in that area? I bet. Did he whoop any of them? No? It don't matter. Then he's great for being able to be the youngest. I'm never gonna take that away from you. That's gonna be great even if somebody else gets that record. That's still dope. It's still and you officially become a great when you get the belt. So you can win 1 ring and you're great. That year, for nothing else. That year you're at least great. You're not a greatest, though. You didn't beat anybody. Anybody I can name that was great, you didn't beat them. Or became great, you didn't beat them. So you was good. You was a good scrub beater.
You were entertaining when you beat up scrubs?
I mean, it's like you're good enough to beat the people.
Okay, well, here's your issue. It's not Mike Tyson's fault that Mike Tyson didn't have another Mike Tyson to fight. Because Mike Tyson didn't dodge anybody.
I didn't say he did.
So it's not his fault that the heavyweight crop was what it was. Donovan Razor Ruddock.
I heard that name before, but...
Oh my God, brother. I suggest you look up Razor Ruddock. That dude hit like a ton of bricks, bro.
But that's because you can hit. Ernie Schaefer could hit. It don't, you know what I mean? Like it doesn't get you past. It only gets you so far, you know? It's like Deontay Wilder can hit, but as you see somebody that can also hit and do other things, good, you know, you gonna have a time. And that's what ends up happening with somebody like that. It's like the other people that are as good as you have to beat them to be a greatist.
Right. I'm not gonna bring up. I can't. Hold on a second. I can't bring up Larry Holmes, Tony Mack. Larry Holmes was 135 years old when he fought.
43 or something like it.
Oh my God, he looked like my grandfather out there. I was like, somebody go throw a towel over somebody's uncle and get him out of here.
Go get Paw Paw out of here.
Nigga, why is Paw Paw got his shirt off? That is not, nigga. If you're a boxer, that is not a question people should be asking themselves. Why is Paw Paw got his shirt off? Because that's exactly, dude was old. Yeah. I was like, no, we can't. So
that's why I don't have a problem with nobody saying he's a great, but name 3 great fighters that were, I mean, like somebody that's of note. He lost all those fights. Every fight that he had to win, he had to win. In order for you to notch him up like that, he lost. And that for a multitude of reasons, but it's only you in that ring, man.
Right.
It's only you. So it ain't a team, or it's just you.
Well,
you lost.
And this is and thank you for Tony Mack. Thank you. Tony Mack put his opponents up. And I told you we had to disqualify. We're gonna make it to 5. All right. It's a struggle, but I will take on this challenge.
It's just a judgment. You know, this is just judgment from looking at everybody else's.
Exactly.
You can name 5 Muhammad Ali's. You can name. You might not be able to name Sugar Ray Robinson because of how back it was, but nobody's going to look at that record and go, nah, yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? There's arguments to be made for the greatest, and there's too many holes in his story for it to be an ist at the end. It's too many. Let's
go through this now. We've already said Larry Holmes. I mean, we already said that Larry Holmes was 137. He never should have been there. Now, we already said that Michael Spinks was so glad that fight was over because he was scared as hell. What are your thoughts on David Tua?
I used to like him because I was a kid and he used to knock people out. But did he get a belt? Like, did he beat an Evander Holyfield type of dude? Did he beat somebody with a chin? Like, what was his fights like when somebody had a chin and could hit as hard as he could and had technique? Because I don't remember his technique being the flyest. I remember him walking up and being able to drop something.
Right.
But I don't remember nobody going, that's a bad fighter. I don't remember that. I remember you being a scrub beater. And that's what happens when you get in the ring with somebody that's average and you're a little bit above average because you got an extra thing. Everybody loves somebody that can knock somebody out when you're watching a fight. Quentin Rampage Jackson, you know, he's one of them people. You love to watch somebody knock somebody out, but if you got a chin, then you better learn how to wrestle.
Yeah.
Or kick something. You better do something.
Shout out to Rampage.
Shout out to Rampage.
I'm a fan of Rampage. I'm trying to say
go ahead. Let's do that list.
Where we'll get back to this.
He had to beat Lennox Lewis. He didn't. He had to. That was a legacy fight. He didn't win. He had to beat Evander. He had to. He didn't win. Those are legacy fights. Those are the things that make you what you are. Joe Frazier had to beat Muhammad Ali. You did. So you get to be you get to be a great. Because you had to win that fight. Otherwise, you would have been somebody else that got up and got knocked down. Nobody would have cared.
Now, all of a sudden, there's an echo. I can hear the show.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna kick you out. Now try again. Nope, same shit.
I can hear both. I can hear me and you.
Yeah, something going on your end, Doc. I'm here's what we do.
Peace. Can you still hear it?
I don't. No, I can't hear it now.
Okay.
No, I hear it again. Oh, that's probably you, Zero.
Yeah, but I don't have nothing on but you.
Okay.
It might be you, huh?
No.
How's it sounding now?
Yeah, I can hear everybody echoing. I don't hear Zero echoing. I only hear echoing. Yo, me too now.
Okay. Whatever CIA agent is fucking with the shit. Can you find a way to listen without fucking up the show? Okay, let us say some more shit that you want to listen to and try to decipher and decode. Fucking my shit off, because I ain't talking nothing. I'm just sitting here talking to you niggas, and then all of a sudden, there's this echo. All right, is it all right? Come back in, Bruce. Now start.
Bluetooth out, so let me see if it's still echo.
Are you echoing?
Nah, not right now. Not. Well, I can't tell because I've got it on regular mic now.
Okay. Well, you're not echoing for me at all right now either. So this is good.
Oh, okay, bet.
Now, as soon as I bring you in, Zero, I get echo.
Oh, you got an echo now?
Okay, Bruce.
Yes, sir.
You got any echo?
Not that I can tell, but you off my headphones. You're not in my ear no more, so I can't hear as good.
Okay.
Yeah, zero echoes on my end.
Okay. We can take this up from the fights he lost. Now, I'm a prime believer in if your aunt had balls, she'd be your uncle. That's why I don't use if. But in this case, we can all agree the things that Mike lost in the ring were not physical. They were social and mental. And looking at it through the lens of what you just gave to me, which is just an assumption, looking at a fighter over a record, events, and numbers on paper, you make sense. It makes perfect sense. It's hard to argue. But reducing the experience of Mike Tyson to facts, statistics, data, win-loss record is like reducing music to the sheet.
Yo, bro, you in my head.
It's like reducing music down to. It's like reducing sex down to a porno. Hey there, brother. It's a major reduction to make to go from. This is his one-loss record. These are he didn't beat Lennox Lewis, and he should have. He didn't beat Holyfield, and he should have. And I can't name 5 great guys that he fought. Makes him boil down to that. Fall backwards into the pack of whoever's of that time. And for me, that's impossible.
Okay,
Hey,
well,
can I
let's
can
do
I
the one thing.
can I
'Cause I just want to correct one thing.
Okay. And then
Not
go
that
ahead
he
after him, Zero.
Not that he should have. If he did. Not that I believe the fight. You know what I mean? There was 2 men in that ring. Let the best man win that day.
Right?
I don't have a dog in that fight. I was too young to even care. But
Right?
I'm saying if he would have beat XYZ, there would be no argument to be
Right.
made. Right? If he beats Lennox Lewis, all of the stuff he was going through at that time, nobody would have gave a fuck. They wouldn't have mentioned it. It would have been he beat him in spite of. If he would have beat Evander Holyfield, it would have been the same conversation. He beat him in spite of. Not he beat him because he lost because of. It would have been, you know what I mean? My favorite won.
Okay.
That was all.
Okay. Go ahead, Zero.
So look, as y'all was speaking, I was kind of sitting back because y'all was kind of having more of an exchange of the physicality of the situation, and what you just said, that was what was definitely on my mind when we was talking about great and greatest. So when I first thing is when you guys started talking about great, the first in my mind was Muhammad Ali. The second was Mike Tyson, and I'll tell you why. In throughout all antiquity, right? Gladiator sports is usually like an underground, submerged, underworld situation. Throughout all antiquity, it only surfaces itself in certain instances, and that's when there's huge problems, and the emperors want to get the people's attention off of their poverty and the issues so that they don't revolt against the emperors. All right. So that being said, like just looking at the whole fight game and what it's about and what it's for, I wholly agree with how brother Bruce started this. You know, when he was just dropping the science on, you know, what it is and the ins and outs and what it's all about. I agree with him 100%. And the reason that I feel that Muhammad Ali, number one, was the greatest, Mike Tyson, number two, was the greatest, is because they the only two that we can really think of that have taken that influence from the physicality into the world of conquering their demons, business, and influence, having like a serious influence on the next generations or on the world for that matter. You know what I'm saying? And I gotta tell you, as I've traveled, I have never heard black men's names mentioned so much more than Michael Jackson, Muhammad Ali, and Mike Tyson. You know what I'm saying? That's just everywhere, and not with just like starstruckness. I'm talking about with honor and respect, where people around the world is naming their children after them, looking at their life story, pattern themselves after them, and they rise up from nothingness into something. So one of the things is like I don't think we should take, you know, physicality is one thing, it always comes to an end. You know, men don't like to admit that, you know what I'm saying? So knowing that is the case and that's the fact, we should never just relegate their greatness to what they did in the ring, you know what I'm saying, or what we feel they could have done in the ring or should have done in the ring, because you know, they got down in the ring as gladiators and rose out of their nothingness into being some of the greatest influences in modern times. And that's just reality. I don't think you can list no boxer, no matter how great they are, who
Well, so somebody knocked his shit out.
Yeah, nobody. nobody's greater than Michael Jackson in far as popularity goes, because nobody else in this world has died, and like 15 other people said, I don't even want to live in the world where this person isn't alive and committed suicide. So yeah, Michael Jackson gets to win that popularity contest every time.
God, I did not know that. 15.
True enough, brother.
Like 12 people killed
But
themselves.
Before y'all move this, I gotta jump in on this Mike Tyson thing, brother. Before y'all move
Yeah,
this,
yeah.
goalpost.
Yeah,
And-
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and yeah. Once you take
I was
away
in
their
that comment
gladiatorial
section
skills,
for a reason, because hello.
yeah.
I've been in that
Go ahead,
comment
man.
section for a reason when they tried to say Tyson
Oh, you-
was one of the greatest. No, indeed, brother. I future that can walk around at damn near 60 years old and men with guns on them will still be afraid of getting a fist fight with him.
that's
You
what I'm
telling me
saying.
that man don't have a right to go down as one of the greatest?
And not just
Now,
that,
I get what you
to
saying
be
about
that
names and
dangerous,
all that type of stuff.
right? To be that
I get all
dangerous,
that about the names. A lot of people like to go to this heavyweight stuff and they like to just only give credit to Ali's era because he be Foreman and Frazier and all this type of stuff. I'm like, y'all go to names. Outside of Ali, who has Frazier to make Frazier that great then? If we going with names. Outside of Ali that wasn't boxing for like 3 years that Frazier beat, who was he? If we're going to look at it that way to say Mike Tyson fought nothing, we never know if these guys are nothings or great. You only can fight who's in front of you. And all I can do is judge you by what you did in your greatness. And like I said, under Customato, and after Customato died, the 2 handlers he had taken over Mike, that fighter was a perfect storm. There is no fighter you could have put in front of him, from Jack Johnson to Ali to Liston to Fury to Deontay, Wildman Wilder, anybody else you can name of that was going to beat that kid. Nobody. He had great defense.
and I would
He had great
I would
style.
venture to
He
say
could take a punch. He could
I would
set you up
venture
for a
to say
knockout.
I would venture to say those men, all them names you just listed, and on top of that, the devil, on top of that, the adversity, on top of that, coming back from loss of a child, and you know, man, that shit is deep, man, and that's what we really should be looking at, in my opinion, as black men.
I
You
mean,
know what I'm
the
saying?
first loss of him was his goddamn mind. Jeff talked about it earlier with Simple. That was the first thing Mike lost, was his mind when he got with the bird named Robin. Once that happened, that career took a turn, and it never turned the right way again. Now, when
No,
he got out of
and
out of that accusation, that I believe he didn't do.
But don't say that it never turned the right way though, because we got the babies looking. It turned out mighty fine. You know what I'm saying? When you look at it in the large scope of things.
You know what? This is just coming to me.
He never had the mental composure.
This is coming to me now, actually, fellas. For the young ones that Zero just mentioned, Mike is a superhero story in the flesh that ended well. Here's somebody that looked like you,
It
came
definitely
from where
turned out
you
better.
came from, lost it all, fucking off, and now turned his mind, body, and soul around and got it all back.
Cause don't forget, brothers. Remember, it was we would be hard pressed to find somebody that overcame the fall. You know what I'm saying? Before Ali and Tyson.
I'm saying all that. I was saying all that to see my point for Tyson. I don't like him to be undermined, but part of me still agrees with Bruce, because I don't look at him as the greatest. Honestly, I think the man that don't get enough credit as the greatest boxer of all time is Sugar Ray Robinson.
Absolutely.
He might have been the greatest man to box. But I think Sugar Ray Robinson, we talking talent, skill, I think Sugar Ray Robinson got to be 1A and Floyd got to be 1B. That's 1B. If we just talking about what we see in body of work.
Yeah,
Plus, we talking paycheck. Floyd got to be number 1.
But that's my only argument. I can't argue. Okay, so we're not talking. So when you move the if you move the goalpost and we start talking about outside the ring, then that's a whole nother thing. I'm saying it's a one-on-one sport. So all that shit outside the ring is outside the ring once you get up in there. I you know what I mean? I can't wish or hope that you did or didn't do anything different.
Let me ask you this.
Good.
Okay, hold on. Before you do,
$1 million on the line.
Brother Tony Mac, hold your thought, because I definitely want to get to that. That needs to come right after this. I need you to look at my screen. Look at my screen, Tony Mac. Okay, one of these things is not like the other. I'm gonna need you to get your avatar game on and bust you an avatar, so that when the regulars be on the show,
bust me an avatar.
Yeah, get you one, man. Get you something funky. Try to make it in this red, black, and green vibe. Like so when I buzz like that, it looks like that. And like that. Yeah. Because, now, this is not to say that I do not love the inside of the airplane. I love the airplane look.
The soul plane is back. Y'all see I got the black head set on representing
the Cessna.
Yeah, you look like you're in the Cessna soul plane, man. But get that as an avatar.
Hey.
So let me ask this question, because it did start off a certain way, right?
I won't forget.
So what is the valuation scale? Because it's like it started off as saying, as with the truth of the matter, that as far as the gladiatorial situation is controlled and moved and operated and influenced by people outside of us. All right, so that's what I got from what Brother Bruce dropped. All right, so like when because a lot of times
he just don't like talking to casuals.
Yeah. It's like when we talking greatest, right? Like what is it that we really? And I gotta be honest, I shy away from the casuals, because the casuals is the same old shit. So it's like I'm trying to get involved. I'm trying to get involved in some new type of thinking or some new type of stimulation. That's why I'm asking the question. So it's like
well, I don't know. I'm clear.
If it's influence that we talking about.
$10 million on the line. I got Mike Tyson 85-88. Go get your fighter. That's all I'm saying. I got Mike Tyson from 8. It is one of them Mike Tyson with the part in the gold teeth in his mouth with the tiger.
Okay.
Go get me that Mike Tyson from the Ice-T music video.
Right, the one that came into I came to bring the pain.
The new Jack Hustler. When Mike Tyson was in there with the
I like the old white-haired one. I like the old white-haired one that's on the camel in front of the pyramids in Cairo. That's the one that come to mind.
I love the Mike Tyson today, man. The beauty of this, man, we talking boxing, but one thing I gotta give about Mike and Ali, great minds. And Mike Tyson still speak well, still full of sound. I love that hot boxing show. I'm gonna lie to y'all. I look at it the same way I look at you, Jeff, same way.
One more question, and I'm gonna fall back.
Okay.
One more question, I'm gonna fall back. Now, as far as greatness goes in the body, because we saying body of work, right? Work. Jimi Hendrix's body of work is not just the fact that he was bad as fuck on the guitar, or bad as fuck in the band of Gypsies, or moved around on that chitlin circuit and built a name for himself. It was the fact that he influenced a whole bunch of other badass motherfuckers, right? To rise up and to pick up a guitar or to put the gloves on, right? So if you're taking that into the account of the greatness character, because sometimes I think as black men we get so caught up in the physicality that we miss the fact, we miss the power. The power is not in the physicality. You know what I'm saying? The power is the power
what
is
you saying. We got to put Apollo Creed on this list because he got a lot of niggas boxing. Apollo Creed had niggas going to the gym in the 80s.
Clubber Lane and shit.
Throw Apollo Creed on there, man.
Yeah, so like so how would y'all add that to the mix, and how would that like affect your view of the situation?
I don't want to win so fast. I can win somebody else.
That makes sense. Yeah, I mean, of course, you got to do the influences, and also we don't talk about when guys were champs. You see, you got to understand when Mike was a champ, the world loved this motherfucker. Y'all talk about Mike Tyson, Jordan, Michael Jackson, all that in the 80s. The most loved motherfucker in the world was Mike Tyson at 20-something years old. It's Mike Tyson. I'm never gonna say that in his face. Anyway, but he was loved. You look at Joe Louis, he showboated one time. He couldn't fight for it. He couldn't have his belt. That's how racist the times were, even for the world champion. The nigga representing America, by the way, during the World War II. And he still couldn't even showboat. So it was a different time to win. Or Jack Johnson being the first black heavyweight champion ever and to knock a white man out and leave with a white one in the early 1900s. That took balls. Like, I think you got to throw that up there, too. You know, then Mayweather, you know what I'm saying? He whooping motherfucker ass and he making money off the nachos in that bitch. You sell Pepsi in this motherfucker, you got to go to Mayweather. So that's legendary, too. So it's all kind of ways to look at it outside the ring, but I'm with Bruce. If we talking in that ring, let's talk in that ring.
Yeah, because outside that ring is just Jack Johnson. The greatest is Jack Johnson. There should be no argument that the greatest outside that ring is Jack Johnson.
I don't know.
I mean, I think Mayweather bank account. I take that right now.
Mayweather, Tyson, and everybody that you can name after Jack Johnson, death wasn't immediate to them as it was to Jack Johnson. So the first one to go through that mud, deal with it on their chest, not be a coward about it. Ran through it and got to be blessed enough to be alive to go through it was Jack Johnson. There's nobody that you would name after that don't mention the fact that Jack Johnson's ready to die for this. And that's the greatest influence to everybody that's passed. I mean, that's after that man. You see a crowd hating that man. There was no us in there. Yeah. We weren't allowed to go see the fight and cheer for our guy then. Tyson had us in the ring. We got to be around Tyson. Jack was out there by himself. He had a grill like Birdman. Solo. By himself. With a white bitch. With a mouth full of gold. Leaving with a white bitch after knocking out a white man. I gotta point that out. You know what I'm saying? With a mouth full of gold. He was the first nigga to drop a mixtape. And he left in a Cadillac that said he gonna vote for Trump one day. He didn't give a fuck. That's what I like about it. He's the greatest. The black men I'm gonna be real with you. I love him. Something about a real warrior. Like Jeff, you got that I see you got the red incredible Hulk, but he more tougher on your shit. I love something about that. I don't give a fuck if you like me or not.
I don't. Well, brother, I'm gonna tell you.
That needs to come back to the forefront.
To go back on that.
I mean, not in the rage mode, Jeff, but just in the confidence mode.
Yeah. Oh no, absolutely, brother. I thank you for that. Now, who were you just talking about, Bruce? I'm.
Jack Johnson.
Yes, Jack Johnson. To punctuate how bad this brother was, when you see, think of the baddest dude in your neighborhood getting beat by the best boxer in the local gym, who got his ass beat by the best boxer in the city, who got his ass beat by the best boxer in the state, who got his ass beat by the best boxer professionally. Jack Johnson whooped that motherfucker ass like he was beating a 6-year-old. The best you had to offer, I bullied around. And now I'm finna roll out with one of your, or two of your broads. In the 1900s.
And she gonna say you gonna beat me up better than you beat up him.
Oh my God. You don't even want me to come back. Ain't nothing for you over here. You don't want me over here thinking about him constantly. So yeah. He was that dude in a time when I think sometimes we take for granted the time, even the time we're in, although it's on his way back. What did my man Cedric Kelly say? Joe Louis had the president calling him the night before, telling him he needed to win the fight when he fought Hitler. Boxer Max Schmeling, absolutely. The second time after Schmeling previously knocked him out. Now
let me say this real quick, because I'm gonna get back up. Jack Johnson was all of that you just said when it was illegal to be that.
Right.
He was acting the way everybody else acted. How Tyson was acting and allowed to act like that, and Floyd was allowed to make he was champion. Now, mind you, they may have to make that dude fight him. He was retired too, so I don't want to take nothing from the white boy. He didn't fight either. But they didn't want him to fight for the belt. He didn't have a choice about who he fought. He was the original campaign. I'm gonna whoop this white boy and get this belt one day. We want to talk about all the mafia stuff that was going on, that's going on in the last 50 years. Fuck all of that. Think about how bad it was back then.
Right.
The hate that Mike Tyson got, the hate that Muhammad Ali got,
he also went to prison illegally,
was different levels than the hate that Jack Johnson got.
Right.
You show a Jack Johnson, you show that tape when he got that belt. Yeah. Appreciate you. When you show that tape to any 20-year-old, when Jack Johnson knocked that white boy out and they stopped the tape, and then the 20-year-old black boy goes, what happened? They stopped the tape. Well, why? And then you explain that to them, that's going to reset their life. It doesn't, now I'm not echoing. So whatever you just did, look, I'm not echoing no more.
I didn't do nothing.
All right, that's but when you show that tape to a 20-year-old black boy, I can understand that they stopped the tape so white people wouldn't see a black man knock their champion out. It's gonna change some shit.
Now,
right. But also, Jack Johnson also was, I like to say, illegally put in prison for messing with them white women too, where he had to sit down for a long period of time and came out of prison to knock more white guys out and leave white women. Add that to the fact of it. And it took up to Donald Trump, not saying he's doing us a favor, to actually pardon Jack Johnson. Or the president, including Barry O, would pardon him. Not that it would matter, just something, to throw out there. This is a history about Jack Johnson a lot of people don't know about. He didn't make the monkey wrench either. That was not true.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he didn't actually make the monkey wrench. It was invented before him. But they saw him with it, and I think that's what he calling it a monkey wrench.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah. I have, you know what it is, Jeff. You know what we like to do. We research.
Absolutely.
You know what we do when we writing. We fucking research the shit other people would think we're losing our goddamn minds for. Why would you need to discover what other planets outside of the solar system? I don't fucking know, but I feel like a joke is gonna come from it. Fuck it.
That's it. How's everything going, brother?
Oh man, that's why I wasn't on. I always had to watch y'all in the background and catch y'all later, man, because I just been busy, man. You know, it's a steady grind with this if you want to make it. You know,
My man.
a lot of learning. I'm still at the I'm at the experience level where I know I'm trash at it, but I'm still get laughs.
Keep going, brother.
I'm
A big shot is just a little shot that wouldn't
baby
stop.
that learn how to
shooting.
walk but still bow-legged and pigeon toe.
How about it? Now, get the fuck out of here. Which is what I'm going to do with everyone. I have to throw you all out now because we are at the end of an incredible show, these cats. Man, thank y'all. Bruce, for coming through. And as you just saw, as we sat here and did, as we passed judgment and gave formal utterances of authoritative opinions in an area that we love. We disagreed. We came to conclusions. Changed our minds a little bit by default, some. And found some common ground. And did nobody get cussed out? Did nobody get disrespected? That's what the world needs to see. That there are intelligent brothers that can come together and reason and speak and fellowship with one another. But it's not on them. It's on us to promote this narrative. It's our fucking narrative. We are the ones that it is so important that we get our judgment together. We gotta lead. Stay high in thought. Stay high in deed. Pull out of the gravity of the stupid. That's that one, isn't it? Guide your ignorance to your wisdom. Sisters, find your peace. Brothers, find your majesty. See Uncle Jeff. I'm out.